Now, Jim, I gotta tell you, we're gonna go down to the experience bar, and I'm gonna show you how to pull a shot of espresso.
Okay,
Come on.
let's go. Does he
You got
know what
one?
he's doing?
Here.
He doesn't even have an apron.
Here we go.
Does he
Here we
have
go.
a clue?
Here, let me. You want to push not too hard, but you want just a little. You want to tamp that down. Okay, perfect. Oh, look at that, Jim. You're on.
Is that good?
You just pulled a perfect shot of espresso. Let's try it right here.
The Cramer. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
What do you, look, man, what do you, it's not tequila. You don't shoot it. You savor it. Where we headed?
All right.
Wow. Just a second. I think it's kind of rocket fuel. I mean, like LOX, you know what I mean? I mean, like, boom.
Well, I think we're on our fifth shot of espresso this morning, Jim.
Yeah.
All right, let's
okay. Whoa. Ha. Well, you know, and I coffee day. I mean, what did you think I did? Just like, just come to work without any coffee. Anyway, this morning I was at the grand opening of the Roastery in New York City. It's another star in the Starbucks constellation, Roastery cities, joining Seattle, Shanghai, and Milano. Take a look at the lines at the Milan Roastery just this weekend. Anyway, well, Starbucks held its biennial investor day, which is a huge thing. I've been to a bunch of them, and if you only looked at the headlines, you'd think it was some sort of soul-crushing experience, with the company trimming its long-term earnings growth forecast. Negativity is sort of a vibe right now. I mean, just look at this market today. Ouch! But let's also remember that there was so much good news from the Starbucks event. Continued mid-single-digit same-store sales, tons of cash generation, great stuff out of China, and the news that Starbucks is expanding its delivery partnership with Uber Eats. They want to hit a quarter of the U.S. stores by the second quarter of next year. Now, this morning, I had a chance to catch up with Kevin Johnson. He's the CEO of Starbucks, and Dara Khosrowshahi. He is the CEO of Uber. And, wow, was this a lot of fun. You know what? I still feel, I mean, maybe I'll go to sleep tonight. Maybe I'll go to sleep. I'll see you on Monday, huh? Okay, I'm ready. Take a look. All right, I have to tell you, Kim, I don't want to, maybe I'm jaded. Because when I walked here and I went around, I said to myself, wow, yeah, this is one of the most amazing palaces. I mean, lived in New York for a long time. You have created something here.
Well, Jim, this is the pinnacle of experiences around all things coffee. You know, we started with this vision about 5 years ago. We built our first Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Seattle. It is now one of the top 1 or 2 destinations in Seattle for tourists and locals. We then, a year ago, opened the Shanghai Roastery, 3 months ago, Milan, and now today in New York. So this is about all things coffee, from roasting to different brew methods, the Princi Italian Bakery, scoop beans. It's all right here.
Dar, you are teamed up with Kevin to be able to bring us things. When I go around here, I'm saying to myself, will they expand it so I can have this as all day? Can I get you all day to bring this stuff to me?
Well, that's one of the beauties about the combination that we've got here, which is in the morning you can come to the roastery, but maybe at lunch, if you're too busy, you can order either on Starbucks or on Eats to get the delivery in the middle of the day. And I think one of the services that we like to bring to our restaurant partners is to spread demand where restaurants need demand and to create incrementality as well. And we saw signs of that in Miami in our pilot together. So we're pretty optimistic about having Starbucks for lunch, for breakfast, lunch, and who knows, maybe dinner.
I would think that every dense city where there are employees that can get together is a natural for what you guys are doing together.
Absolutely, and we've actually launched now Eats for Business, so that businesses, we can integrate the Eats experience into business, expense reports, etc. And you can get your food while you're working, and it's good for the business, and it's probably good for the individual as well.
Is it too expensive for most people?
You know, people have so far, when you look at the Eats business, we're growing, we're at 8 billion gross bookings run rate, growing at 150% year on year. Clearly, customers value the experience and they're willing to pay for the booking fee and the delivery fee. So it's been, you know, the convenience right now, convenience is so important as part of life. Consumers will pay for convenience.
No, Kevin, one of the things that you've done that I just really applaud you for, you've recognized how to do the best affinity program, so to speak. You've recognized that there were problems with lines. A lot of people like me said, who is that guy cutting in front of me? I didn't like that, Kevin. You have solved a lot of the logistic issues, and I think some of that is your excellent background in technology.
Well, certainly, as we launched mobile order and pay, we had to re-engineer the way we created that experience in the stores. And one of the things that Dara and I have been very focused on We launched this Starbucks Delivers pilot in Miami in partnership with Uber Eats, and our teams work together to really ensure we deliver the best customer experience. And part of that required us to integrate the technology so that as an order comes in, it seamlessly integrates into our in-store operations. And as an Uber Eats driver comes in to make that delivery, we know how to do those handoffs. So we're doing this in a way that really focuses on the customer experience first.
And it's working in China, too.
And it is working in China. In fact, yesterday we announced that we have now implemented Starbucks Delivers in 2,000 stores.
And your partner?
Our partner is with Alibaba.
Right.
And Starbucks Delivers in partnership with Alibaba, 2,000 stores across 30 cities. And we did the same thing. We integrated the technology, and we really looked at the customer experience, and we actually took the learnings that we got from China, and we are applying them in our partnership with Uber Eats.
I pick up the paper every day and I see about the crisis between the U.S. and China. You spend a huge amount of time in China. Boots on the ground, you feel the crisis?
You know, I'm in China. I was in China a few weeks ago. I'm in China, at least once a quarter. And, our business is doing very well in China. I think the fact that we have been in China now for 20 years, and we came to China and entered that business with respect for the Chinese culture. We've tailored the design of our stores. We now have 50,000 Starbucks partners that we hire in China. We use local contractors to build our stores. And as a result, the Starbucks brand is a very healthy brand in China.
And your respect for the elderly. My father worked for the Chinese when he was from 79 to 92, and he marveled. They just love and respect the elderly. I don't find many American companies seem to understand that. You uniquely understand it.
Well, we've always been a company that invests in our partners and takes care of our partners. And as we talked to our Starbucks partners in China, one of the things that they said was important to them was being able to care for their aging parents. So we created a completely new form of insurance, which is a parental illness insurance to help with catastrophic illness of parents. And now our partners have that ability to take care of their parents. It really is a family-oriented culture.
Okay, I read an excellent book by my friend Adam Lashinsky about the Uber culture. Now, obviously, that's previous to you, but it seemed ingrained that the headquarters was not nearly as, I think, the way that you would do it, so to speak, which is clean, ethical, terrific. How big a hurdle? And are there still, do you have to do root and branch? Is this something where you needed to do truth and reconciliation? Because I think you know what I mean by that.
I think that culture work is never done. And the fact is that some of the Uber culture, was good in that it created an incredible company that grew extraordinarily fast, innovated very quickly. But I think that what happens is success sometimes imprints faster than failure. And sometimes when you succeed too fast, you don't take the time to kind of rebuild the frameworks from within. And so I think, listen, this is a renewal process. I have a great team in terms of rebuilding a new Uber culture, which takes some of the old and then adds to it, like we do the right thing, period. We celebrate differences. We build globally, but we live locally. And culture, it's at a point in time right now. I think we're at a much better point in time. We get to have partners like Starbucks that are extraordinary partners that we can align with. But the culture work is never done. But I'm much, much happier where we are today than where we were a year ago.
Okay, Dara, so many of our viewers love Uber. I've never heard a complaint about Uber, frankly. And what they really want to do more than anything else in the world, own shares in Uber. I know the government makes it difficult to be able to talk about that, but do you think a year from now, those who ride in Uber will be buying shares in Uber?
I certainly hope so. When I got in, I said that one of our goals is for the company to be public in 2019. And there's a lot of work that has to go into that. And I can tell you that we're on track for that goal, no guarantees, and hopefully the market conditions are such that we will have a welcoming market, so to speak.
Well, I hope that the market's certainly a little more forgiving than it is right now. This is an odd period in time. Both of you are long-term players. I think that's the way you have to play it. Okay, that's Kevin Johnson, he's Starbucks CEO, and Dara Khosrowshahi, he is Uber CEO. Two people who I think really emblematic of the goodness of American business. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jim.
Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.